So yeah, I wanted to go through just my we'll just save changes there. My Legends, how do you pronounce this? Anthology? Legends Anthology deck list. I've grinded everything out and I'm just enjoying the event because it's just like, I don't know, decks are just so weak, that it's just a bit of fun. It's not really a competitive game mode. And I've had a lot of success actually. You know, a very positive win streak. Do get losses, obviously. The deck's not OP or anything, but I've been having a lot of fun. This is the Lightsworn deck list that I've ended up on. I started at 60 cards actually, but it just turns out, yeah, there was just we don't have strong enough mill power and enough cards to get in the graveyard that are more powerful than what we got here. Because we're missing snow, we're missing the chaos engines, pretty much all the chaos cards besides what you see here: Chaos Nympphia, Valkyria, and I think Chaos Space. Yeah, but like we're missing Levanthia, the Synchro, the Vampire level 8, and the Baby Dragons, for example, Chaos Crater as well. So I only use Chaos Valkyria as a way to get Nemphis into the graveyard and also as a banish effect for the me area. Same reason why I play Raikou. This is what I ended up on, 3 Raikou. You can probably get that down to 2, get something else. But targeted banish removal is so powerful, I've noticed, in this format, because there are a lot of cards active. For example, this one, which just makes it so you can't destroy it. Same as the wind up here, various cards. So the targeted banish removal is just it comes in handy so often. 3 Lumina, mainly because I don't have the 3rd. 1 Minerva, so we can search Judgment Dragon, get an extra mill when we mill this card, and gain access to level 7 synchros. 2 Lumina, Dark, obviously because I don't have the 3rd. 1 Lila for spell trap removal. 3 Wolf, 3 Goblin Bird. This is just 2 bodies on the field, access to rank 4. Minerva, same reason with Photon Thrasher, just gives us an easy rank 4. Fearless for the mill. Electromagnetic Turtle to just end battle phases. There's so many Blue Eyes White Dragon decks available right now that battle phase for them is so important. Skipping it, it's just easy. Perform Age for the mill. Lila. I just needed dark cards, and this is just one that comes in handy. Obviously works well with the rest of the Lightsworn cards. And we can destroy face-up spell and traps when they get activated. Chaos Valkyria, same kind of thing, just for the banishers, but when this card is banished itself, which doesn't really come up that much, only really happens when I banish it with Chaos Nemphis. We can send things like Destrudo and Turtle to the graveyard. You can't activate the effect the turn it gets sent, so it's more just to set up for the next turn. Judgment Dragon, because Judgment Dragon's just so good in this format, at least. I don't run it in my just normal deck. Chaos Nemphis, this card is amazing, man. I love it. It's targeted banish from both the field and the graveyard. Can be special summon from the hand or the graveyard whenever a card is destroyed by a card effect. It's so good. Raigeki, Harpy Feather Duster, Monster Reborn. Reinforcement of the army can search Goblin, Photon, and Raiden. Opens up a lot of plays. Solar Recharge just to, shuffle and get rid of blocks. Charge, self-explanatory. I like to play this card in 40 decks because most of the time, all right, even if I draw it, most of the time I'm going to have Minerva on the field and I can set this card. And what happens is when Minerva gets destroyed, I can activate Lightsworn Judgment and Minerva will 100% mill this card, which lets me guarantee at least 1 destruction with Minerva's effect. And then we search the Judgment Dragon off of it. And because we don't play, Starliege is banned. So we can't search it any other way besides Minerva and Lightsworn Judgment. And I just play Royal Decree because I had an extra slot and I was like, yeah, let's just get rid of traps. And this is my extra deck, Hyper Psychic Razor. This is the only like okay-ish level 6 synchro I had. Sometimes it comes up when we have Destrudo, who's targeted at level 4. He's level 3 now and a level 3 on the field. Our level 7 synchros. Clearwing, amazing. Just amazing card. Mikiel, just, you know, targeted banish. Shooting Star, I like to send, you know, either Destrudo or Chaos Nephis to the grade, or Turtle just gives us to that. It doesn't come up too often though. Crimson Blader just locks him out of special summoning. Stardust, just a great level 8 synchro that just sits there on the field. It's hard to remove pretty much. Brawlo for some negates later in the game. Wind Up Zenimus. This is probably my favorite rank 3 monster that is available in this format. Sometimes like I really don't have a good board. I have like 2 level 3s on the field, but there's nothing else I can do. So this just sits there. It's a body and it's hard to remove. And if they try to remove it, it'll destroy some cards. Maneuver, self-explanatory. Level 8. There's not many games where we have 2 8s on the field, our Judgment Dragon and Chaos Nephis. But sometimes like after the battle phase, it's nice to get rid of them, turn them into number 38 for the negate. Curious, just self-explanatory. Also, when it's destroyed, we can just pick any card in our graveyard, add it to our hand. Beautiful effect. Lackluster Soldier, just a decent rank 3. And then rank 4s are self-explanatory. You can probably, these synchro plays, link plays and number 38 just don't come up that often. So, you know, I could probably play more synchros, but there's not many I really want to add that I have access to that are actually going to come up. But this is what I've settled on. I just want to go through actually just a game that I played, you know, instead of playing one right now. I had a pretty nice game. I think this is the one. I'll just commentate over it and yeah. So this hand, pretty fucking good. If Goblinberg got negated, it doesn't matter. Why? Because reinforcements of the army. We're going to use it, as you'll see, to search Photon. So that way we can summon Photon into Goblinberg. And then even if he gets like Impermanence or Effect Veiler, we're still at the 2 bodies to get Maneuver on the field. But our mill here was insane. We got 2 Lightsworns, a Wolf, and a Minerva. So we got an extra mill and we summon a 4. So I just started off so good here. We go into Maneuver with those 2. Mill the Photon. We get some cards. I charge here to pull just a Lightsworn to dump in the graveyard for solar recharge. And I wanted more darks in the graveyard because it just, I find sometimes with Chaos Nephis that I dump in the graveyard just then with Foolish Burial. Sometimes I just run out of darks or I don't have access, so I like to dump them in there. And that was the reasoning behind that. And next turn, you'll see we had a decent little hand here. And I set the Judgment Dragon and I synchro those into Stardust. Why? Because he can just perfect either himself or Maneuver from destruction. And I don't really know much about him. This guy's deck, so we'll just fast forward through it. But he does some, yeah, just hero shit shenanigans. Ends up fusion summoning something that can target, remove the card. Right? Yeah, this one. So I use Stardust's effect here and I activate Lightsworn Judgment. The reason for, I want to bait him into removing Maneuver. A lot of people don't read this card. There's so much text. They don't realize that I'm going to destroy cards on the field if they remove this card, especially in a 40 card Lightsworn deck. So I protect Stardust. He does go for the bait, destroys Maneuver. We mill and activates Chaos Nephis. So we banish Chaos Valkyria and Raikou to summon Nephis. And Maneuver, insane, 2 mills there. 2 mills of Lightsworn, so we destroyed 2 cards. Now I didn't notice. Yeah, it's not even in the card text. So the way the way he fused this card, I didn't really notice it can't be destroyed by card effects. So I wasted a destruction, and I could have done that on there instead. But what we've done here is our good friend Chaos Nephis. This is where he comes in handy. This is what I was talking about. This card can't be destroyed by card effects. But bam, we just got to banish. He just banished his own monster, basically, from destroying a card of mine. This thing is hard to fucking remove. So we get the Lightsworn Judgment in hand. We cast Valk, Destrudo to set up a play next turn, and we get our banishes going with Chaos Nephis. He destroys it, sets it back in that graveyard, no worries. And then I go a bit overboard here, but what this board turns into is actually insane. Goblinberg into Luminar, summon our other Luminar, banish Raiden, special summon Raiden. And we go into Blackluster Soldier here. The reason? So I can mill 2 here, clean up the board, but I want to go into Access Code Talker and use these 2 cards, our 2 4s, to make Boral and Savage Dragon. And we can attach Blackluster Soldier into the barrel end for 3 negates. Because I don't know what is in his hand, dude. Like, he could have fucking effect fail, not effect failures, things that end the battle phase and shit like that. I've seen a lot of them. Battle Fader, that's the card. We Destrudo into the rank 7 Synchro, into Arch Lightsworn for the targeted banish onto his card there, and we go for an attack. He activates this, I just negate it. And that's game. But yeah, it's a pretty nice board for a turn 2, I gotta say. Lightsworn Judgment Dragon didn't come up as in the effect, but we could have had a board wipe as well. Targeted removal. We could have used Access to Code Talker to destroy this Blackluster Soldier, to destroy another card, because the negate stays on Boral End and we just lose the attack. So yeah, that was pretty nutty. And we got one more against a Blue Eyes White Dragon, I believe. I want to go through for this video itself, just showcasing the deck. These are my most recent games played. I just dropped down to the 40 card deck as well, so I was very happy with how it turned out. Most decks I play are just Blue Eyes or Dark Magicians, Red Eyes, Heroes, so I think Judge Lightsworn's just way ahead. This hand, absolute dog shit, by the way, for going first. We're forced to Solar Recharge Illumina. Luckily, we get some good cards off of it. So Illumina, put Turtle in the graveyard to negate an attack. And this is where I talk about the wind up. I believe I make wind up with these 2. And I Foolish Burial the Chaos Nephis into the graveyard because we have 1 light and 1 dark. So we have a sticky monster on the field, and in case it does get destroyed, we have Chaos Nephis. He does Blue Eyes things here. And he attacks into it. Like I said, people don't read. Just discard, use its effect, destroy the Blue Eyes, right? I was thinking he may have had Jet Dragon there, but he didn't. But you know, luckily when we destroy a card as well, Chaos Nephis procs. So it comes out, and I just literally banish his 2 Blue Eyes in his field. And then what do I do here? I can't remember. I think he just forfeits because that's game. Yeah. I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm liking the deck, man. Yeah, we're facing like weaker things, but what's something here? Cyber Dragon. I think I had a really bad hand in that one. There's a Red Eyes. That was another Cyber Dragon. We'll see how this one goes. This was a close game, if I can recall. Going for about a 15, 16 minute video here. So we'll do 3 games. I think I had a bad hand. No, I didn't. I don't remember what I did on this one, so we'll just react to it. Obviously, I go for the Goblinberg into the 4 and mill 2. And we get 2 wolves. I think there's no better scenario than what just happened there. So we summon the 2 wolves, and we're just in an insane spot right now. We maneuver, mill 2 more, summon Destrudo. I didn't need a summon Destrudo there. I actually had no follow-up, so I just, you know, made myself more lethal, especially when I don't know what this guy's playing. If it was a burn deck, I probably just lost the game there. So don't do that. But luckily, Cyber Dragon, he summons into this thing. He doesn't read, obviously. He negates Stardust Dragon, but I just chained the effect to make it immune to being destroyed. And he stupidly attacks into it and doesn't do anything. He sets 2. So we summon Lyre here, I believe. Oh no. We activate the this is what I'm talking about. We activate the Lightsworn Judgment. And then we activate Maneuver. So we're guaranteed at least 1 pop. But Forbidden Chalice is it. So we just Lightsworn, Liver, destroy the Malak Cinder, Synchro into Mikhail and banish that card. Then we keep attacking. Now I don't remember why this game took so long to end. Banish a few cards and we end up getting the Judgment Dragon anyway. We Raigekis, we save our Stardust. We can shuffle some cards back in the deck, especially the Wolves, and then we chain Maneuver. And Maneuver mills a wolf and we summon it, and then I think that's probably game like Sworn Dragon. I'm just showing off here. I just chain some of these 2 and attack for game. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.